last time we discussed the three of the Vyanjana Sandhis, the Stutva, Shtutva, and the Jastva. Now, the one thing you can probably a clue if you see a word. Let me. Shtutva, and just let me go to Shtutva. Whenever you, as the name indicates, Shtutva connects the Sha, Ta, and Cha. So that is the as a rule of thumb, you can if you see somewhere a Sha and a Cha, or a Cha and a Ta, these relationships, then you can probably start you thinking of it as a Shtutva Sandhi and try to separate them accordingly. Similarly, Shtutva connects Sha, Ta, and Ta. So with this, you will be able to, at least if you see in the text a combination like that, you will have an idea of what Sandhi that would be. But those are the only two that you can make some kind of an assumption like that. And then the rest of them, like Jastva, is where you have a Karkasha being replaced by a soft consonant, or like in any Vargiya Vyanjana, Ka, Ka up to Ga, except the Anunasikas, Nganyana Nama. Then that is at the end of a word Padanta, like with Dik. When you say Dik, there the Ka is the Padanta, and when that is followed by a vowel or a soft consonant, any soft component for that matter. So that would be replaced by the third letter of the Varga. So Dik plus Ambara becomes Digambara. Ka is the third letter of the Kavarga. Yeah, the Shet plus Anana, that is Shadanana, that is the Jastva Sandhi. That is what I saw in the book. Anyway, I will check on that.
Then it becomes.
Yeah, that's right. That's what my mind was telling me. Anyway, we will work out. I'll resolve this issue in the next class. So this Shet plus Anana, Shadanana, the Da is the third Varga, third character of the Varga, like that. So that is the Jastva Sandhi. Let's move on to the next. Hello.
If you all remember the Varnamala, then you can see that Chavarga is with Sha.
Yeah, I showed that last time.
But then the go ahead. Yeah. Ta, ta.
Yeah.
See here in the Chavarga goes with the Sha, and Tavarga goes with Sha. Tavarga goes with Sa. If you remember, Tavarga always yields. It's a weak. It yields. So if against Tavarga and Sa, if you would see Tavarga and Sha, it changes to that Vargiya Vanjana. Whatever it is, it goes that way.
Yeah, if the Tavarga Vyanjana is Da, then the Tavarga will be Ja.
Like that.
The respective alphabets of the Varga.
If you remember this, how Sha, Sha, Sa is on this side, then you can make that connection.
That's the connection. Sa and Ta in Chutva, those are the ones that are connected. And so that is the clue that you have to use in terms of finding the sandhi.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, let us do the Chartva Sandhi. There are another 4 or 5 Vyanjana Sandhis. We'll look at them. The Chartva Sandhi is when a Vargiya Vyanjana other than the Anunasikas, Nana Nanama, is followed by a Karkasha Vyanjana like Kaka, Chacha, Jaja, Tata, and Dada, Papa, or the Papa are the Karkasha Vyanjanas. That's the first 2 letters of the Varga. And Shasha Sa is included in the Karkasha Vyanjana. In place of former Vargiya Vyanjana, the first letter of the same Varga is substituted. What it means is Dik plus Pala, that is a Vargiya Vyanjana Ga, is followed by a Karkasha Vyanjana Pala. Pa is Papa are the Karkasha Vyanjanas. So Dig plus Pala, Dig Pala, then the Ga is replaced by the first letter of the same Varga. This is kind of the reverse to some extent for some of the sandhis with respect to the previous one.
Yes.
Just so this Dig plus Pala, Dig Pala, because this is the consonant of the Kavarga, and that is followed by a Pa, that is a Karkasha Vyanjana, and therefore the Ga has to be replaced by the first letter of the same Varga, that is a Ka. So Dik Pala. Gasta, in the Gastana, you have a Ka. Now you can see the other example like that. Virat Purusha plus Purusha. Purusha is Pu is the hard consonant, Karkasha Vyanjana, and the Da is to be replaced by Ta, the first letter of that Varga. So Virat Purusha. Vipad Kalaha, again, Ka is the hard consonant. Then the first consonant, first alphabet of the Tavarga for the Da, so that is Ta, Vipat Kalaha. Like that, also the another one, Anushtup Chandaha. Chandaha is again a hard consonant. Anushtup, that Ba has to be replaced by the first letter, that is a Pa. So Anushtup Chandaha. So this is the Chartva Sandhi. The rule is the first letter of the Vargiya of the Varga is the replacement. That is the key that we have to understand here. That's about it. This Chartva Sandhi, just that one, there is no, so many other Sandhis have some exceptions and things, but don't worry about it. There's nothing like this. This is very straightforward. Vargiya Vyanjana plus Karkasha Vyanjana, you replace by the first letter of the Karkasha of the Varga, so Kachatatapa, it becomes the new replaced Vyanjana in place of the Vargiya Vyanjana. So with this, we complete the Vyanjana Sandhi. There are 4 Vyanjana Sandhis that we Stutva, Shtutva, Jastva, and this Chartva is the 4th one. So with this, we have completed the Vyanjana Sandhi. Now we go to the Anunasika Sandhi. Anunasika Sandhi is Anunasika Sadhi Nganya Nanama, the last letter of the Vyanjana Vargas. So this is the rule. When a classified consonant, that is Vargiya Vyanjana, is followed by Anunasika, Anunasika is the 5th letter of any Varga. Any Vyanjana could be followed by an Anunasika of any Varga. Then it is replaced by the respective Anunasika. If here we said chid, da is the consonant that is followed by a ma Anunasika. So the Anunasika of the da varga is na. So chid plus maya, chinmaya. Now there are two cases here. Let me finish this and then go to the other case. So this is this sandhi is optional. It says here, this sandhi is optional when it is between two different words. However, when it is between a prakriti and a pratyaya that begins with an anunasika, the sandhi is compulsory. Now, don't worry about this. For your learning now, it's not necessary. So this particular, we will at this point, I have examples of the second kind, but just treat that as the niyama or the nitya. That is the always be followed. That's what nitya means. So vargiya vyanjana plus anunasika is the anunasika of that varga. That is what we basically take home. Chid plus mayam, chinmayam. Tad plus matram, tan matram. Up plus mayam. The pa is replaced by ma, ammayam. Here, both the Vyanjana and the Anunasika belong to the same series, that is the Pavarga. And so the pa is replaced by ma, and there is already a Anunasika ma in there. So up plus mayam used to be replaced by ammayam. So this is the Anunasika sandhi, what we call the nitya or the compulsory. But there is another version of this which is called vikalpena, means optional. Let us not worry about this. In the optional, what it says is vag plus moolam. The ga, the anunasika of the ga series is nga. So it is vang moolam. That is the sandhi that you make. But in this case, you can make it an optional. Vag moolam can be made. But don't worry about it. You just follow the one rule. You may as well forget this. When I send you the updated text, I will back this out. Okay? So don't worry about this at this time. At least you know that there is something like that. And when you start teaching me sometime down the road, you can tell me about it. Because I know some of you are very interested, you will go forward. And so for that purpose, I'm just including it. So vag plus moolam, vang moolam is one possibility. Vag moolam is also acceptable. And then shed mayukaha. According to this, the replacement for the da is the na, and then it becomes shanmayukaha. You can keep it as shadmayukaha. There is no problem with that. Same thing with tad plus nayati. You can say tan nayati or tad nayati. So, but for your purpose, you don't worry about the optional thing. You can just do the what is called the compulsory and be done with it. With that. So with that, all these become compulsory. Vag moolam becomes vang moolam, shad mayukaha becomes chad mayukaha, and tad nayati becomes tan nayati. Okay. Okay. Now, so this is the only rule sandhi with the anunasikas. Whenever there is a vargiya vyanjana and it meets a second word which is begins with an anunasika, there are only two anunasikas that the words begin with, na and ma. there is no word that begins with nga, nya, na. So this rule is, this sandhi is fairly simple. You will have either a, like ma series or the pa series or the ta series. That's all. Nothing else pictures in this particular sandhi. Okay, next is the anuswara sandhi. Anuswara is the aha. Is the anuswara, aha is the visarga. So the anuswara sandhi, the anunasika ma before a vyanjana becomes anuswara. A general, this is a general rule compared to the previous one, anunasika. So here the actually anuswara is the effect. There is no, it is not in the your initial part of the equation. So just what it shows is Ramam plus one day. Now the ma, it says, should be replaced by mam. Ramam. That instead of the anunasika, it would be a anuswara like this. Rama plus anunam one day. So Ramam one day. Is this clear? Okay. So Guhayam Tapati. That ma anuswara becomes ma anunasika becomes anuswara Guhayam Tapati.
Yeah, we learned this in our Vyoma class.
Okay, very good. The na and ma anunasika before the, this is another case of the sandhi. The na and ma anunasika before the vargiya vyanjana are shasha saha, excluding the this vargiya vyanjana, the that should not include the anunasika. That's what it says here. The na and ma anunasika before the vargiya vyanjana, the anunasika becomes anuswara. But here is na plus vargiya vyanjana or shasha saha becomes anuswara. Yashan plus si, the anunasika becomes anuswara. Yashamsi. Fairly simple. Another example of that. Ma plus vargiya vyanjana or shasha saha again becomes anuswara. Akram syate. Akram syate. That anunasika becomes anuswara. This is the sign, this one for the anuswara. This is the way that you can just symbolize it that way. So that dotted 0 or O represents any vyanjana. It actually represents not a vyanjana, it represents the anuswara. But anuswara should be with a vyanjana. Anuswara doesn't stand by itself, and therefore that a symbol is given to show that it is an anuswara. And this anuswara comes with ka in this case, and it comes with sha in this case. So anuswara is generally described this way in examples. So akram plus syate, akram syate. Now there are a couple of other sandhis following the anuswara. Parasavarna sandhi and Purva Savarna sandhi are two that we will see, and there is one more, we will get to that. So this Parasavarna sandhi, Parasavarnasa, Nganya, Nanama, those are the ones that are of importance here. So when an anuswara is followed by any consonant other than shasha saha, the anuswara is replaced by the fifth letter of that varga. Example, you'll understand with the example. plus kitaha. Is the anuswara, and the kitaha is the vyanjana, the word beginning with the vyanjana ka. And what the rule says is, you replace this ka by the fifth letter, that is the anuswara of the kavarga. So that becomes nga, a plus nga plus kitaha, ankitaha. If you look at the second example, mum plus chati, the cha is replaced by the anunasika of the chavarga, that is nya, mun chati. So in the anuswarasthana, in the first case you got the nga, that is the anuswara of the kavarga, and in the second case you had the anuswara and nya, that is the anuswara of the chavarga. Here the cha is the varga, the vyanjana that we are talking about.
Ramakrishna ji, my last name is also written the same way, right? Vangara.
Yeah, that is written that way exactly.
So, okay.
Vikalpaha, that is the optional one in this case. Anuswara plus Vargiya Vyanjana, again the same rule, but the optional says Tvankaroshi or Tvamkaroshi is also possible. So again, this is only for information. In your homework, whatever you get, you will only use the compulsory. Let us not worry about the optional, because the conditions for optional we need to understand a little more. We will not worry about that. Anyway, the system allows for you to just stay with the compulsory one. We will stay with that. Tam plus praktau. So that becomes sampraktau. The anuswara becomes anunasika. Now, as a special case here, kavargaha plus la equals tad plus layaha. So you have for the la, you have you replace that with la. Tal layaha it becomes. Anytime you have a tavarga plus a la, then you replace the tavarga with a la. Got it? So tad is the varga you have there, that it becomes to, that relates to the tavarga, da. And when that meets a la, then the rule says you replace the da, that is the tavarga, with a la. So it becomes tallayaha. It's easier to say than tadlayaha. Tallayaha is you're preparing yourself to say the laya with a la instead of a da. Okay, next sandhi in this series is Gamudagama Sandhi. Agama, this is a very funny name. So Gamudagama Sandhi, or you can say Gamudagama Sandhi. That's the correct way of saying. Agama is a new entry into the system or the word. That is what Agama means. It's something added. That is what Agama refers to. So here the Agamas are na, na, na. That's the Agama that you will encounter in this Sandhi. When the letters na, na, na that are preceded by a Hraswaswara are followed by any swara, there are it's very important to read this correctly. First, let me show an example. Pratyang plus atma. So the nga is there at the padanta, and this nga is preceded by a Hraswaswara tya. That's what it says here. When the letters nga, na, na that are preceded by a Hraswa Swara are followed by any Swara, Atma in this case, then there will be an additional Nga, Na, Na respectively. So you have a Nga, then you add an additional Nga. If you have a Na, you add an additional Na. That's how this, and if you have a Na, you will add an additional Na. So Pratyang plus Atma, you keep the Pratyang and you add another Nga, that is the Agama addition. So Pratyangatma. Where this Nga plus A become Nga, Pratyangatma, double Nga. It becomes easier for you to understand in the next example. Sugan plus Ishaha. The Na is preceded by a Hraswa Ga, and then any other Swara, Isha is used here. So Sugan plus Ishaha, Sugan Nishaha. More one. Pachan plus Asti. See, in the previous two cases, the second word had a Dirgha Swara. But in this one, you have Pachan, Nakara, the Anunasika. The Cha before that is Hraswa. And this Asti is also Hraswa. Still the same rule applies. So what the nature of the second word is not important. It has to be a Swara. It has to begin with a Swara. So Pachan plus Na plus Asti, Pachan Asti. That is the Agama. So here the Ngana Na or the Agama, if you already have a Ngana Na, you double that Ngana Na, and then you have Pachan Asti, Athva Gunan Nishaha, Sagun Nishaha, or Pratyangatma. Those are the examples that are in here. So we did a Parasavarna Sandhi before. Now this is what we did with Parasavarna Sandhi. Now we will do a Purva Savarna Sandhi. In the Purva Savarna Sandhi, Nga, G, J, D, D, B. Those are the fourth letters of the Vargas. G, J, D, are Gaja, Da, Dha, Ma, Ba. Gaja, Da, Da, Ba. The rule says here, when the third letter of any Varga, that is the Gaja, Da, Da, Ba, that is the unstressed. I is at the end of the word and is followed by a Ha, then the Hakara is replaced by the fourth letter of the Varga, that is Gaja, Da, Da, Ba. So you have a third letter, the word ending with the third letter of the Varga, and then the second word begins with a Ha, then you remove the Ha and you replace that with the fourth letter of the Varga. Example, Vanig plus Hasati. Vanig, see, I have a little difficulty here in my coding. If I you know, like.
I understand. Hey Siri, I have a little difficulty here in my coding if I yet. Search the web for it.
See, in my application, in the app that I use, I have a little problem here. This I'll show here. If I remove, you know, like Aj, instead, you know, Aj plus hello, Aj plus J plus allow, Ajjalau. So this is the niyama, and this is the optional. Ajjalau. Actually, I should not use a hyphenation here, but if I don't use a hyphenation, what my computer, my app will do is, it combines the ja with the ha and makes it a ja. So that is why I have that problem here in these two words. But this is shaddhayaha. There is no hyphenation in between. So just note that as a limitation that I have with the app. So vanig plus hasati. Now you add this ha plus that ha is replaced by ga and asati. So vanig gasati. That is what that comes to. Vanig gasati. Aj plus halau, ajjalau. Shad plus hayaha, shaddhayaha. Tad plus hitam, tadditam. This is the rule. Tadditam, shaddhayaha, ajwalau, vanigsati. Don't worry about the optional one. Ab plus hridau, ab plus bh plus radau. The ha has a ra built into it, so you use that radau, abradau. Any questions on that? Okay. One more, this Purva Savarna, this tha, I don't know what that tha really is. Ud plus sa is equal to tha. That is for the tha, for the da, you replace the tha. Ud plus tha plus, do you know what this is? Shall I skip this? Purva Savarna, this is, there is not much information on this. That's all there is. For the time being, let us table this. This is not in every book that I see, but this is in one of the books I included here. Ud plus, they were really the rule I don't have. So we will table this and I will see if I can get more information on it. One more sandhi, chatva sandhi. When a padanta vargiya vyanjanam is followed by a shakara that has a vowel or any of the letters hayavarala next to it, the shakara is optionally replaced by a chakara. Let me explain with some examples and then we'll come back to this rule. Vak plus sharaha. So the vak is ending with a padanta vargiya vyanjana, that is ka. And then that is followed by any by a vowel or any of the letters hayavarala. Here we have here sharaha, followed by a shakara that has a vowel or any of the letters hayavarala. That's what it says here. So vak plus sharaha, that's the sha becomes a ta, vak charaha. Now let us read the rule here. When a padanta vargiya vyanjana, that is vak, is followed by a shakara, sha, that has a vowel or any of the letters hayavarala. So that I don't know how to interpret this.
Yeah.
It's a shakara that has a vowel or any of the letters hayavarala.
Walk, Sharaha.
Yeah,
Sha is it.
sha is there.
But sha is followed by sh. See, there is always consonants are have. There is
Okay.
an ah.
So that is an a there. Shara, a is built in the shara.
So sha.
Okay.
So it should be followed by a vowel.
Yeah.
But before that, it has a
Sha.
vyanjana.
Okay.
Sha prior to it is a vyanjana.
Yeah, that's got it. Vak, the ka is the vyanjana. Sharaha is the shakara that has a vowel. A. So Vakcharaha. Touch plus Shivaha. Again, she has the vowel E. So it satisfies the rule. The Chakara, touch plus Shivaha, touch Shivaha.
Actually, the rule says has a vowel or any of the letters, her, ya, her, la. So
Yeah, right,
you
right,
could
right.
interpret it that way.
Yeah, it's a instead of the Chakara, it can be a Hayavarala.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. Rich Shekatika.
Not Shakara. Oh, yeah.
Mrit plus Shakatika, Mrit Shakatika. Now this is this comes in the Chutpa Sandhi
That's
also.
Chutpa Sandhi also, right?
Chutpa Sandhi
Yeah,
also it
it's the same
comes.
thing.
Yeah. Now, how do you if both would be correct probably, but this is exactly what Chutpa Sandhi, it meets the Chutpa Sandhi rule also. So you got two cases. Now, when you read in a text, you will have to interpret accordingly. It depends on the author or whoever is writing it in what context. So, Mritchakatikam. That is one of the, that's the novel by Kalidasa. Mritchakatika is Kalidasa. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read it was somebody else beginning with an S, Shrugata or somebody like that.
Okay,
writer.
all right. I'm mistaken. That's fine.
Shudraka.
Shudraka,
Okay,
yeah.
Rudraka. Okay, all right. Thank you. Madulit plus Shete, Madulit Chete. So again, the Shah has the A vowel built in it. Shiv plus A Shete. Now, here is the next one is the case with where it meets with a Hayavara law. There is a Shlokena. There is a Lakara there. I think that is what is included there. And it has a Shakara also with it. So touch plus Shlokena, touch plus Cha plus Lokena, touchal Lokena. That's what that becomes. Touch plus Mashru. Mashru is the beard or the mustache. Touch Mashruhu. Touch Mashruhu is what it should be read as.
All these things, there is always Shitva happening and followed by another something. Like touch starts with tat.
Yeah.
Then it becomes touch. Then it becomes like that. There is always
So
two
there,
or three.
prior to this, there is a
Ah.
tat becomes touch
Yeah.
by the Shtutva Sandhi, and then when that comes to the next word, then it becomes the another Sandhi, that is Chatva Sandhi. Chatva Sandhi. So this is the touch plus na pratyayaha, touch na pratyayaha. The rule is simple. If you just once get the hang of it, you should probably have no difficulty in breaking this sandhi. Okay, so that is up to that's the end of all the anunasikas, anuswaras, and vyanjanas. Then we have one more, a couple more sandhis. Then we start with the visarga sandhi in the next class. We will not take it up in this class. Yeah.
Yeah, Anuswara Sandhi, it's very important to write ma, like at the end of the sentence. At the end of a shloka, wherever you see,
Mm.
we have to write ma and not put a dot at
Anuswara.
the end.
Anuswara is not to be put at the end of a sentence or the end of a shloka, the line Purvartha, Uttarartha, if you are having. So you see in the Bhagavad Gita everywhere, you see that the ma is used as an Anuswara and not as, is used as Anunasika and not an Anuswara.
And the same thing holds good if it is followed by a swara. Then also you should use ma rather than using the anuswara.
Right.
So if the next word begins with a vowel, then also the rule is that use the Anunasika and with a ma and not Anuswara.
It changes into a Anuswara only if it's followed by a consonant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if you have any questions, we can revisit any of these. And we will start with the Visarga Sandhi in the next class. Let's see what else we have. There is this Jiva Muliya and Upadmaniya. That's another set of sandhis. Yeah.
And one other rule is if the anuswara is followed by sa or sha,
Mhm.
the middle of the word you have to use it. As hamsaha, amshaha. Then you cannot write a and n and sha.
It
You
has to
have
be
write
Anuswara.
amshaha, amsaha. Those they are
Kamsa,
called
Kamsa.
nitya, anuswara. You have to use that.
All right, we have Visarga Sandhi. Next class, we probably only need half an hour to do the Visarga Sandhi, half an hour, maybe a little more. Now, the next day, next Friday is Varamahalakshmi festival.
Right.
So, do you want to meet or do you want to meet the following week? Anybody, we do the Vrata. So, like it's since the Vrata, puja is in the morning, that doesn't impact me. So, I'm okay with the class in the evening, if it's okay.
We have to go somewhere for puja.
In the evening,
Yes.
okay. All right, how many of you cannot make it?
Or the 20th or the 27th?
20th.
20th.
All right, only one person. So what we'll do is we'll have the class
Okay.
and then Josna, you can have the recording.
Okay.
You're okay to record, right, in Amrita?
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay. So then, once we finish this, and then we will have another homework after finishing, which includes all the sandhis, Swara sandhis, Vyanjana sandhis, Anuswara sandhis, and another set of another 20-25 sandhis. Just as a recap. And then I'm working on this. Even in Saundarya Lahari, there is not that many sandhis. I looked into it. But anyway, I will review once again. And then if it works out, then we will have the first 41 verses, the Saundarya Lahari portion, and then the Bhakti portion, I should say. And then we will do partition it into 2 or 3 sections, and where I will lead with the first section, and the second and the third section, you will take turns. So we'll see. Otherwise, I'll find some other text for that. That's not, that doesn't meet our needs. So we will do that what I will do is 20th we will meet, 27th we will not meet for the class. You can do the review between 20th and the next 27th plus 7th, 34. So it will be on the 4th, 3rd of August, 3rd of September. So 3rd of September we will have a class. And then now 3rd of September is the beginning of weekend, long weekend.
Mm.
I hope that's not an issue. So then the 3rd, by end of September, we'll finish the class.
Oh, very good, very good.
Because I don't think you need more than 4 classes to do any text that we take to review them for the verbs, for the sandhis.
Yes.
So the idea there is when you are reading, you should be able to identify a sandhi. And as your vocabulary increases, it helps a little more with respect to spotting the sandhis. You see, the sandhi requires a lot of knowledge of the vocabulary. If you know the words, the simple words, then when they come together, how the sandhi rules apply, you can easily break it into its constituents. That will be the best value you get out of that. But that needs a lot of practice and a lot of reading. And as you increase your vocabulary, sandhi becomes that much more easier to locate and break it.
It helps when you break up the words during the Gita classes.
Oh yeah,
It helps a lot.
it helps a lot. By breaking, you will easily understand the meaning.
Meaning, right?
We had to know the meaning of the words too.
Yeah,
Right.
that will happen over time. It won't happen overnight. Like as you learn the language, you start reading simple things, and then those simple things, when you read, there will be meaning associated. And so just like to become a doctor, you do all the medical school and the residency and pass the exams, and then you can hang the board, right? So this is also like that. So you'll be there one day. Okay.
Hopefully.
All right, let's close the class. Om
Thank you.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you in the next class. That would be next 20th we'll meet, and then one class will give you break to work on the homework and review all the text. All right.
Okay. Okay.